안녕. We are here in 을지로 area. What's 을지로, Mike?
So Urchiro is a very industrial area where there's a bunch of repair shops, electronic shops, lighting shops, anything in order to basically repair a house or build a house. But nowadays it's called hipjiro, which basically means like a hipster area.
Like us.
So it's gotten really popular with the younger crowds now. There's been a lot more new restaurants and more drinking areas to go to. And yeah, it's become a little bit more popular with the younger crowds. So,
well, I mean, a lot of people come down to Ulchiro nowadays to go out, and there's like a retro and new, so you can decide both. And today, where are we going?
we're gonna go eat some naengmyeon. We're gonna show you the difference between the two different styles of Hamheung and Pyeongyang.
All right, Hamheung, Pyeongyang. Good to go?
Yeah.
Ready?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Today was a beautiful day in Seoul. The sky was blue, the air was clean, it was a beautiful day and warm enough that a cold bowl of noodles was going to make us very happy. This area is usually busy with all the shops during the day, so if you need a new toilet, come here. If you need a new sink, come here. If you want to see an odd cheese spit all over the ground, come here. Geez, look at these two guys pretending to be young and hip. We will be taking the scenic route by walking through Jungbun Market to get to the first naengmyeon spot. This market is known for their dried goods. You can find anything from dried fish, squid, and any other seafood, and even some dried fruits and veggies. So once you walk through the market, you will see the first naengmyeon spot straight in front of you. This is the first shop that opened up for naengmyeon here. We won't be going here because I like the other famous one more. This area is called Ojangdong, and they are known for their Hamheung-style noodles. We'll be going here. This place is called Ojangdong 함흥냉면. They renovated a while back, which is why it looks so new. Due to the virus, they always have to check your temperature and get some of your basic information. Don't worry, they aren't denying you. Yet. What these restaurants are known for is their Hamheung-냉면, which is a spicy version with some slightly fermented scape fish. There typically isn't any broth, but you can always ask for some on the side and they'll bring it out for free. Just tell them you would like some naengyuksu. The regular naengmyeon is actually better in my personal opinion, but everybody has their own preferences. They also have some dumplings, which are excellent by the way, and some sliced boiled beef, which goes well with soju. This is not tea, but it is actually the broth for the noodles, but hot. It is nice to warm yourself up and get ready before all the food comes out. We ordered a little bit of everything, of course. We got the naengmyeon, the regular naengmyeon, and some mandu, or dumplings.
So now we have this.
Wow, it looks spicy.
Yeah.
What's that?
So this is the highlight of this place. This is 함흥냉면. So Hamheung is a city name. It's on the it's in North Korea right now. It's on the East Coast. So people back before the Korean War, people from Hamheung, they were eating this type of naengmyeon in Hamheung. It's basically fish and spicy sauce and noodles. They used to use fresh fish, but when they came down to Seoul, they didn't have fresh fish. So now they use cooked pollock fish.
Okay, that's fish in it.
Yeah, so it's chili marinade, pollock that's kind of cooked, and cold noodle.
Okay, interesting. Well, we got another naengmyeon similar to the other one. It's like what else? Naengmyeon, is it?
Yeah, so this is just the regular original ru naengmyeon, which is basically just a simpler one. It's not spicy. There's a lot more broth inside of it, so it's more refreshing, a little bit lighter. So I personally prefer this style of naengmyeon better than the spicier version. So because I just love broth, so I'll even ask for more broth.
All right, let's try it. What, Caesar? Okay, show us how to cut or what we cut. The noodle is like so chewy, so it's hard to eat once.
Yeah, so this noodle is a sweet potato starch base. It's very, very chewy. So make sure you cut it.
Not your hands.
You can see Sam actually cut his up. Personally for me, I don't actually cut mine up because if you actually talk to real true naengmyeon experts, they actually say to not cut the noodles because you want to get the chewiness of the noodles. So I mean that's the proper way to actually eat the noodle. So I actually like that a little bit better and just kind of cut it with your teeth, so.
And but don't forget, I mean, try first without cut it. But I've seen a lot of people they have a hard time.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean they are pretty chewy,
right,
very
right.
tough
So
to get
try
through. But
without it, and then there's always scissor. So cutting the naengmyeon is not good, at least.
no. So there's an egg, a little bit of pickles, a little bit of the spicy sauce, a little bit, some meat. For me, whenever I mix up the naengmyeon, I usually like to break up the egg yolk that they give you. It's kind of a weird thing. It's not a traditional thing. It's not a normal thing. It's just something that I like to do, mainly because it kind of gives it a little bit more of a umami-ish, more flavor to it, and it goes really well with the meat broth. I always like to kind of break it up a little bit. Kind of adds a little bit more flavor, another level to the broth.
Actually, it's my first time trying 함흥냉면 at this place. So let me see. They make their noodles here, right?
Yeah, of course, 100%.
That's why. I can tell the noodles are so fresh.
So for me, like I actually like to kind of juice up my broth a little bit. So this is the spicy yellow mustard. So I put a decent amount in there. So you can always add more. Some white vinegar.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
So I like mine very acidic. You can also add a little bit of sugar to it too. Some people like to add sugar. I don't really like to add. I like to add just a tiny bit because it brings out a little bit more of the broth flavor. And also for the people that want a little bit spicier, there's the tadegi, which is the chili paste with like minced garlic, minced chili peppers, leeks, so sesame seeds and everything. So go for that. Give that a little mix around. Taste the broth a little bit first. Oh yeah, that's good. Nice and vinegary. Nice and chewy. I like broth here. For Hamheung style, like the broth is a little bit stronger usually, a little bit more sour, I guess, than Pyongyang style. So I like both styles, but I mean, like the broth here is pretty good.
Let me try. Wow, it's big. Put a little bit of soy. Look at that. Sweet. Wow. It's so soft. There's a meat, starch noodles, spring onion, and what else? But for some reason it's so soft, like it's like melt. It's really good.
It's actually quite flavorful. It tastes like they put a lot of egg into it. Which is good. I don't mind, but
There's egg in it, maybe?
a lot of egg in it. I mean,
It's quite soft.
you can definitely tell that that's handmade here. It's not cheap here. It's actually 8,001 for what? Five pieces. I mean, they're decent sized dumplings. I mean, you can see the difference, you know, and like they're pretty big, but it's pretty pricey for dumplings. It's usually about 6,001 at other places, but it's good.
So now that we are finished at the 함흥냉면 spot, we will have a quick walk to digest to eat at the next spot, which will be the Pyongyang-style noodles. This isn't the most common style of Pyongyang-냉면, but it is special to this area, and this spot has the best version of it. So now that we have arrived, you can see that it is hidden between all the shops. Even locals have a hard time finding it, so if you don't find it on your first try, don't feel bad. I didn't either. You can see all the history on the walls down this fairly long hallway. There are 2 floors, and since there wasn't any room on the first floor, the owner sent us upstairs. This was in the middle of the day, and there are this many people here, so you can imagine what this place looks like once the dinner rush hits.
Right now we're at the restaurant, so this place is a very, very famous place for Pyongyang-냉면. So what is naengmyeon? Naengmyeon literally means cold noodle. So whatever noodle eaten in Korea that's cold can be called naengmyeon. Here they serve Pyongyang-style naengmyeon. So Pyongyang, as you know, it's a very popular capital city of North Korea right now. It's not only famous for its nuclear missile, but it's also famous for this cold noodle. So, yeah, essentially what Pyongyang Naengmyeon is buckwheat noodle and clean cold beef broth. That's what it is. So this place is an amazing place.
So as you can see, we got quite the feast here. We got the regular naengmyeon, the bibi naengmyeon, or the spicy one with no broth, the boiled beef, which is actually beef shank, and Sam wanted to get some rice in him, so we got the beef soup as well. Oh, and don't forget the soju.
Yeah, I feel like eating rice right now, so it's actually unusual to order rice and soup at this place, but I got it anyways because I want rice. So, good old rice. Nice and chewy meat. There's some intestines inside too. Has flavor. Not so salty, not so spicy, clean, mild broth. It goes perfectly well with rice. It's also very good. You should try it.
Alright, let's try this bibi naengmyeon out. It's my first time having this here because I usually get the regular naengmyeon, but this is actually quite good. It's a little bit sweeter, like they put a little bit of sugar into it, but it's not spicy. It's kind of refreshing in a way. You just have to put a little bit of the cold broth as well from the naengmyeon. So if you just ask for the cold naengyuksu, you can just pour a little bit into it, and then it kind of helps break it up a little bit easier and doesn't make it as dry as well. So like that's a good way. Flavors it a little bit more too, so the broth is really good here. But yeah, it's really good. You definitely order this again.
되게 많이 준 것 같다 느낌에. 아니에요? 그렇게 많은 거예요?
So the noodles here are a little bit different than the normal like Pyongyang Naengmyeon restaurants. They're actually a little bit thinner, a little bit easier to chew. It's not as chewy as some of the other Pyongyang Naengmyeon places. So actually this style of noodles are a little bit more common in this area. So like this place, 을지면옥, and there's another place down the road called 필동면옥 as well. Both have very similar styles like this, where just like some gochugaru on top, right? But the flavor is really good, the broth is good. It's a little bit sweeter, which I like. So yeah, definitely come and try this place. This is good.
Alright, let me try some suyu. I used to eat quite a lot of pork, like suyu, this kind of like a boiled pork. But this is boiled beef, and it's pretty thin and like dry, but then there's a lot of flavor in it.
아니야. 그러면서
I personally love Pyeongyang-냉면. I would say it's one of my favorite dishes because first of all, I love naengmyeon. It's cold noodle. It's good for the hot day, hot summer day. And the difference between Hamheung and Pyeongyang is that Pyeongyang there's more buckwheat noodles. And when people try Pyeongyang for the first time, they say they can't really feel it. They can't taste anything yet. And even me, I was like that. But after trying 3-4 times, I can feel it like there's slightly difference, like some flavor in it. And I really like it. And this particular place is really well known for the Pyeongyang-냉면. If you haven't tried Pyeongyang-냉면, this is the place that you can give it for the first time. It's really good.
So guys, we're done eating. So we had a lot of bowls of noodles at 2 places. So you guys full?
Oh, I'm so full.
Really full.
I was too stupid. I tried too much.
And he was supposed to be on a diet. And yeah, failed.
Failed.
Yeah, so now we're gonna go grab a coffee at a...
And do some workouts.
Yeah.
Digest a little bit.
Yeah, so we're gonna finish off all the soju and go back right now.
All right.
See you guys.
Yeah.